Greetings friends, Paul here. Over the past couple days I've been learning about vintage postcards. I've got a pretty good collection here from past family members, as well as cards I've picked up on my own at thrift stores and stuff through the years, bookstores. Now here's an interesting one from 1932. Check this out. North Africa, Algiers, just east of Morocco. That's a pretty haunting image right there, isn't it? 1932. This is a representation of a RPPC, known in the postcard world as a real photo postcard. That's RPPC. See the way that's shining in the glare there of the light? And the date on this is in the 19-teens, which correlates to the dates of 1902 to 1918 when RPPCs were done. Now this is a Swedish postcard, as are these right here, all Swedish, and these two right here represent another collectible form of card, being an undivided card. See, the address takes up the entire back of the card, and this one is actually from 1904. Now, the undivided card dates from 1901 to 1907. So not a really long run with the undivided cards. Again, a Swedish card. And the writing goes on the front. The message goes on the front of the card. Pretty interesting. This is another undivided card. Again, a Swedish card. Same person. Another type of card, which is pretty cool, are the linen cards. Linen is made from flax, and it has a texture to it. Some of you may wear linen clothing, for example, and can you see those lines in the texture of the fabric that's overlaid on top of the paper? Now this one's from 1954, it looks like, on the postmark and back. But linen cards definitely have that certain air of savoir-faire. And hotels and resorts are pretty collectible. From what I've been reading, anything that shows transportation, boats, sports, and activities. So I've got some of those over here, including beach scenes. And this is from Massachusetts here, Swampscott, Massachusetts, beach scene. I believe this is a linen one as well. Let me pick it up. Yes, it is. You see the texture there in the sky and the water, and you can tell by rubbing your finger on it. That's a blank card right there. Nice example of a linen card, and with activity showing the society of the time. Those are somewhat collectible as well as any kind of sporting events or action here. It's a really nice scene from Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and my home state of New Hampshire here. This is just a beautiful card here. These are both paper cards with white borders. And now check out these boys' fishing poles made from sticks. That didn't stop them from catching two large trout there. Boating is a popular subject, as mentioned. Here we have some canoe pictures here. Now these cards would have been hand colored and then printed after the hand coloring was done on a photograph, presumably. There's another boating scene of a schooner in Nantucket. And here's one, a Canadian card from Nova Scotia. It's a blank card. And it's a fishing schooner like the Nantucket boat there. And check out this enormous bluefin tuna just taking up the entire cabin area there of that schooner. Really, really cool card. As mentioned, restaurant cards and hotels and resorts can be collectible. This is a restaurant that was on Broadway, New York, I believe in the 1940s through the 1960s, Tofanetti's Restaurant. They were open 24 hours and could seat up to 1,000 people in Times Square. As well as we've got a card here from, I believe, Scarsdale, New York, White Plains, New York, Tommy Chen's Cantonese Cuisine. Here are some more bridge Scenes here from the Bronx River Parkway in Scarsdale, New York. Black and white card. Hellgate Bridge, New York City. It's a blank card. That is not linen, it's just paper card. Steamships, of course, the era of the steamship would correspond to the early 1900s here. And this, again, feels like, let me see if that's a linen card. Yes, it is. See the texture there, friends, in the sky and stuff? I can feel it with my thumb here. But this is a ferry clearing 8th Street in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Here we've got a nice steamship transportation vessel here. It looks like a car ferry connecting Burlington, Vermont and Port Kent, New York. Upstate New York, northern Vermont. Some more steamship cards here. The Holland America line, Rotterdam, New York line. This one here, another beautiful steamship. See if we can get a year there. This one's from 1948. And the Good Neighbor liners, Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina. South American steamship travel. That's how people traveled in the early 1900s. Scenes here of people on the beach in Madison, Connecticut. And here we've got some skiers and at Mount Sunapee at the tow rope. Got some old car scenes, street scenes from Ontario, Canada. Showing, again, what I've been reading, transportation, the resorts where we've got the Hershey Rose Garden. Hershey chocolate, of course, in Pennsylvania. This is pretty cool. This card right here is from the year that the new post office in New York City was being erected, from 1911 to 1914. And this building was designed by McKim, Mead, and White, who were prominent architects. And you can see 1911. So this card is, this card would have been sent by it would have been, I would call it a great uncle. And he just says, I'm writing this at Penn Railroad Depot, fine place. A for Adolphus, I believe or Alphonsus, I believe was his name. He was World War I era. Thanks for joining me on this tour through my postcard collection as I'm learning about the different types of collectible postcards and which types of postcards are most desirable for collectors, including the RPPCs, or the real photo postcards, 1902 to 1918. The undivided postcards, as mentioned, with the address on the back and the writing on the front, dating from 1901 to 1907. The linen cards, went over those. And anything to do with people, action, that show what the culture was like are desirable. Now, I was showing this to a friend as I was doing this last night. Actually, this is a linen card. Hey, hello, baby, what's cooking? And she just kind of rolled her eyes and sighed at, this is the way things were in 1954, friends. Now, if you're a woman watching this video, please post your comments below of what you think about all this business of a hobo rolling up on your window as you're frying a hamburger and caught completely unawares. I mean, what would you do? Maybe call the police. I don't know. But anyway, how times have changed, huh, friends? Gives you a window into the culture, the society of the past. As always, thanks for tuning in and have a great day.